When I was in high school, I was very involved in theater, and the show was having its 60th anniversary, and there was a big to-do about it, and there was a Facebook group behind it talking about it. And I didn't want to go, and I couldn't figure out why until finally somebody in the group mentioned, I'm not going if he's going. And he meaning our theater teacher who basically ran and organized the program. And I realized and remembered that there were a few occasions where he was very touchy and insistent. I'd also witnessed some abuse with a friend of mine, and I had just totally forgotten about it. I was trying to come to grips with what had happened to me, and I realized some things about my life that were not the cause, but the result of these occurrences during my high school time. I started to realize, some of my self-esteem issues, some of my sexuality issues, some of my substance abuse issues really partly came out of what happened way back when I was 17, 18. I think one thing that I did was belittled myself into thinking that being gay was not okay. And, although I've, come to grips with that part of myself, I think it was a struggle for a long time. I realized I was one of the luckier ones, that I had this support group with these people that were, affected by what happened at my high school. We started a special group to sort of just talk about this and to deal with it. And turns out there were over 50 people that were abused by this teacher over 35 years. There was the feeling that something needed to be done. And this gentleman who started the whole cause, if you will, began to organize by going to the police and bringing a case together. I teach high school. I had one student that was being sexually assaulted by a classmate. And the girl didn't want to talk to the counselors, didn't want to talk to anybody, but she talked to me because I think I communicated to her that I'm listening. She finally disclosed who it was, and I could go to the appropriate people to help her the best. And she said, thank God that I was there for her, because otherwise she wouldn't have been able to work through it. Students and kids don't always want to present what's going on, and they're very good at hiding it. And if more teachers and school personnel were trained and were required to just develop that sixth sense, if you will, to understand when a student may need a little bit more kindness and a little more empathy, would change things astronomically.